Welcome to ProKitchen video tutorials. In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at placement zone. And the placement zone, if you look on my screen closely, you'll see there's a dotted line that runs around the interior of each wall. And so the placement zone is the area between the wall and this dotted line. The placement zone is here to help you place cabinets accurately on the wall. If it wasn't for this placement zone, every cabinet you'd have to drop and rotate and then snug up against the wall and then slide it over to the cabinet next to it, which would be a real pain. So before we jump into using the placement zone, let's take a little closer look at the zone itself. Now, the zone comes default turned on. We have a button down here that says Show Wall Zones. We can click on this button and turn those zones off. We can click it to turn them back on. So now our zones are set in our design settings and also in our default settings. So we're going to take a look at our design settings first. And under design settings, if you go to our construction tab, you'll see we have a zone width and it's set at 30 inches. I highly recommend that you leave this set at 30 inches. If you do want to adjust it, don't adjust it any shallower than the cabinets you're intending on placing on the wall, or you'll have a very difficult time placing your cabinets. And because this is in the design settings, you can set this custom for each and every design as you build it. The other place you can find is in default settings. And in default settings, it's under the construction tab, same as in design settings, and set at 30 inches. So if you do decide you want to have a different size placement zone, then come over here and change it, and it will change it for all of your designs. And you won't have to remember every time you start a new design to go into design settings and adjust it. So now we're going to take a look at exactly how the zone works. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. We're going to start here with a base cabinet. I'm going to grab a standard base, just any old base, and I'm going to drop this base cabinet out on the floor. Now when I drop this base cabinet, the back of the cabinet is here. The front of the cabinet is here. And so this is my back left corner where our mouse is attached. And you see if I had my zones turned off and was trying to place it, it's always going to place this direction. So in order to place it on one of these other walls, I'd have to rotate it. With our zones turned on, I can simply come out here and I can stick it in the zone area, just anywhere in this zone area, and drop it, and it snaps it right back to my wall. Then it's simply a matter of sliding it over to where I need it, a single left click, and it'll place that cabinet. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to grab our windows. We're just going to grab a quick window out of here, and we're going to place a window just to see how it places on that zone. The reason being, the window places in the wall itself and not really technically on a zone. So we're just going to grab this cherry 48-inch window. I'm not going to worry about anything over here, and I'm just going to hit place. I'm going to drag it over here, and I'm just barely going to come into our zone, and I'm going to drop it. And you'll notice it pops it right in that wall, right exactly where I want it to be. I can slide it along the wall, or I can come over here and use my left, center, or right measurement and my keyboard and set it exactly where I want it. In this case, we'll just do 36 inches to the left and enter, and that window is placed. Now because we placed a window from an attributes box, it pops up another placement box and asks us to either place or cancel. We're done, so we're going to hit cancel. So your placement zones are there simply to make your designing life much, much easier. This has been a ProKitchen Placement Zone video tutorial. Thank you for watching.